Let me check the controls. It look like we live, but let me make sure. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay, look like we live. Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's happening, man? Another pop-up live. Had to pull up on y'all on a Saturday, man. We got some boxing going on today. Got Frank Martin in a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? We got Alicia Baumgardner trying to avenge her only loss. Shout out to the brother Skinny 2 Liddy in the building. What's good? Shout out to my brother Ricky Williams. Hashtag TWT in the building. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to the brother Skills from New Orleans in the building. What's good? Courtney Thompson in the building. My brother Jay Harris 2 Real in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother Christian Boone Productions. Shout out to the Truth in the building. What's happening? The Avian Bible in the building. What's good? Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all slide through. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. Something slight. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. What's good? Make sure y'all subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV if you haven't already. You feel me? Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you for pulling up. Shout out to the brother Light Skin Business in the building. Vigilante Cato in the building. What's good? Say 2 weeks away. Yes, sir. 2 weeks away, man. I can't wait. And y'all see the title of this live. I really just want to put emphasis on, you know, how important this fight is. I want to put emphasis on how rare a matchup like this really is. Shout out to the brother Big Mike, Real Talk TV in the building. What's good, man? What's good? I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Yeah, man. We gonna get straight to it. This right here, man. This is it's a perfect fight. It's a perfect fight, man. I think when you look at this matchup on paper, it's everything that we want. If you're a boxing fan, this fight is everything that you could have ever asked for. Shout out to the brother Jay Reed in the building. What's good? Said, what up, bro? I caught it live again. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? This fight right here, bro, just on paper, and if you look at the film, in every way, this fight offers everything that you can ask for as a boxing fan. Even if you're just a casual fan and you're unaware of the magnitude of the fight, if you go back and just watch a couple of fights of both of these guys, you gonna instantly realize, nah, like, I understand why this fight's so hyped up. I understand why people so serious about this fight. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna instantly realize just by watching the film, doing a little bit of history, doing a little bit of research. If you're a casual fan, you're gonna realize soon enough, like, nah, I understand why people jumping out their seats about this fight. It's a perfect fight. You got two undefeated guys, both in their prime. It's taking place in the welterweight division, which is one of the most heralded glamour divisions in the sports, in the history of the sport of boxing. Shout out to the brother Kirk Douglas, 15 in the building. What's good? What a time to be alive. Yes, sir. Jay Reed said, bro, this is the mecca of our era. This is a fact, bro. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a boxing fan. You got two undefeated prime fighters fighting at the welterweight division for all of the belts. All of the bragging rights, all of the belts, all of the money, all of the glory. It's two black American fighters. Y'all know it's a different energy. It's just a different energy when we in there like that. You feel me? And it's two dogs. It's two dogs, bro. Two real killers. Two guys with elite skill, great athleticism, pedigree, well respected all the way around. And you know for a fact, just looking at the history of these two guys, ERROL Spence and Terence Crawford, you know ain't neither one of them gonna lay down, bro. Like, if you gonna beat Terence Crawford, you gotta take that shit from him. You gotta snatch that shit up out his chest. If you gonna beat ERROL Spence, I told y'all, bro, you gotta hurt that man. You gotta stop him. Ain't no just I'ma outbox Earl. You gotta stop him. Both of these guys bring a certain level of energy that we rarely get as boxing fans in one matchup. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, I had dreams about this fight. I done had dreams about the first press conference. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know both of these dudes ain't no big talkers. I know I wasn't expecting no big drama and shit like that. But I had dreams about the press conference, bro. I had dreams about the first bell ringing. I had dreams about the first face-off. This shit crazy, bro. Shout out to the brother Eclectic Agitator in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, man down, big facts. Big facts. But now we only 2 weeks away from a fight that we've been building up on YouTube, social media, you know, just in boxing in general for 5-6 years. We 2 weeks away. All the shit that Terence Crawford fans said, they gotta stand on that. All the shit that myself and other ERROL Spence fans said, like my brother KO, we gotta stand on that shit come fight time. Shout out to the brother Valentine in the building. What's good? But this fight literally lacks nothing, bro. It's two guys with supreme confidence. You know, a lot of times we get big matchups that, you know, have anticipation behind them. But it's like, oh, you know, we waited too long for this fight. One of the guys too old. You know what I'm saying? Or one of the guys done took a loss before. One of the guys done been knocked out before, but they done climbed their way back into the ranks, but you know they been stopped before. You know what I'm saying? So you know when it get too hot in there, motherfucker can fold. You feel me? You seen matchups where you like, well, you know, both of these guys skilled, but one fighter way bigger than the other, or one fighter way more experienced than the other. This ain't that, bruh. This fight is perfect. On paper, it's perfect. Now, that don't mean, just like my brother KO just said, he said, and I'm ready to stand on everything. I know what Earl about to do. Hey, likewise, bruh. Big facts. And even though this shit perfect on paper, that don't mean a motherfucker can't get in there and get steamrolled. That don't mean that. I'm just saying, if you look at just every small detail, bro, this fight perfect. If you want to see action, if you want to see skill, if you want to see heart, dog, that Mamba mentality. If you want to see adversity, you're going to see all that in this fight. Shout out to the brother Eclectic Agitator back in the super chat, coming through and showing love again. He said, what you think about Frank Martin over and under? I'm going to say Frank Martin fight, said an EJ Bud over and under. Frank Martin, I'm going to say that fight ain't going to go no more than, I think Frank Martin stops Artem in 8 rounds. Inside 8 rounds. ERROL Spence and Terence Crawford, I can't really give you that one right now because I gotta do that on my prediction. I can't really give you that one right now, but I'm leaning towards that fight not going the distance. But I gotta wait till I do my prediction on that one. Shout out to the brother inside the square circle with King Judah. Let me make sure my boy rinsed up in this motherfucker. Hold up. Oh shit, they about to hold me. There we go. There we go. Make sure my boy good in here, man. Shout out to the brother T Holmes in the building. What's good? Shout out to the brother D Luckett in the super chat coming through and showing love. This is one of the most persistent, one of the most loyal and most dedicated Terence Bud Crawford fans you'll ever see in your life. He says, salute, question. Are people truly questioning what if Bud can't hurt Spence? A known puncher. It's about a 10% chance out of 100 for Bud not being able to hurt Spence. Spence getting hurt. He said Spence getting hurt early. Watch. D Luckett already in here with the bullshit. Already in here with the bullshit. So let me answer your question, D Lucky. Yes, it is a question whether or not Terence Crawford can hurt Errol Spence, bro. Because think about it like this. Look at the history of matchups where you got two elite fighters, or when a fighter like Terence Crawford finally steps up and fights somebody that's on his level or higher. 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna be no knockout. You know what I'm saying? I would lean more towards, look, I'm gonna say this. Yes, Terence Crawford can hurt, or I think, yes, Terence Crawford does have the power on paper to be able to hurt anybody at the welterweight division. However, it's still yet to be seen if his power will have an effect on a guy like Errol Spence, who has a proven chin, who's a big 147-pounder, who's already been in the ring and been through the fire versus better competition, and his chin is already tested and solidified. The dude took a clean shot versus Ugas. His right hand, his best punch with no mouth guard in, ate that shit, came forward the rest of the round, and then the next 2 rounds had the best 2 rounds of the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? The dude done had a car accident, got through from a Ferrari. The durability is there. Look at him now. Do you see the shape that he in right now? And the man got the nutritionist. So he making the weight more comfortably. That increases his punch resistance, which was already very good. Yes, I question whether or not Terence Crawford can hurt Errol Spence. Because when Terence Crawford fought Jose Benavidez, a guy who had some size on him, a guy who had one leg, he didn't stop him to the 12th round when he was gassed. Jose Benavidez was taking them shots that Terence Crawford was throwing at him. You feel what I'm saying? So yes, I question whether or not Terence Crawford can hurt Errol Spence. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying it is a question. Shout out to the brother Big Keith in the building. What's good? Appreciate y'all boys for pulling up, man. Shout out to the brother NYC King in the building. What's good? Say 2 dogs gonna enter, 1 dog gonna leave. Facts. Facts. Come on now, D Lucky, don't start your bullshit so early, bruh. Dang, we just 13 minutes in. Jeez. No, I was just fucking with you, bro. You say, Spence don't react well after getting hit. Come on, bro. Who have he got hit by and not reacted well after? Like, everybody talking about the whole mouthpiece shit. I agree. The shit that he did with the mouthpiece in the Danny Garcia fight and the Ugas fight, I didn't like that. But I don't think that's a result of getting punched, though, bruh. It's the man was insecure about his teeth. He wanted to make sure his teeth was good. Before the whole teeth and car accident situation, when have you seen Errol Spence not be able to react to a hard shot? Come on, bruh. Y'all be fishing. Shout out to the brother Eclectic Agitator back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, hit the like button. Don't be a sucker. Support. Big facts. Y'all heard that, brother. Hit that like button. And shout out to my brother D Lucky back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, well, Crawford will hurt him. Facts. Hey, we gonna see. We gonna see, D Lucky. Hey, D Lucky, though, let me ask you this. How come Terence Crawford got dropped by Mean Machine? How come you questioning whether or not Errol Spence can take a shot from Terence Crawford when Terence Crawford done been down before? Terence Crawford done bended the knee before. I ain't never seen Errol Spence bend the knee. Especially to no damn Eastern European. I ain't never seen Errol Spence bend no damn knee. I ain't never seen Errol Spence bend down and pray real quick and get back up and the ref wave off the knockdown. I ain't never seen that happen. Never. Never. He said Mean Machine is a puncher. The same Mean Machine that had a draw with Ray Robinson. The same Ray Robinson that Ugas destroyed. But he a puncher, though. Okay. Okay. Shout out to the brother T. Holmes. He said, how do you think Alex Holly will do? I think Alex Holly is going to look phenomenal in his pro debut. If y'all don't know, Alex Holly will be opening up on the preliminary cards for Frank Martin tonight. I don't know who he's fighting. I really don't know much about his opponent at all. But Alex Holly is a very, very skilled talent. And I look for him to do big things, man. Coming out of Dallas, Texas, coming up under ERROL Spence, Marvelous Jarvis. Very good fighter, very, very skilled talent. Had a lot of success in the amateurs. Now he's turning pro. Excited to see what Alex Holly does, for sure. Shout out to the brother Jay Harris, Too Real, coming through showing love in that super chat. He said the crazy part about that shot from Ugas is his legs were still there. That was a clean, uncontested shot, and he was still all there. That's a chin. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Hey, D Lucky, but see, this the thing though. This the thing. I see this common theme from Terence Crawford fans relying on Terence Crawford being able to hurt ERROL Spence. And what's confusing is that when I say that Terence Crawford only got a puncher's chance, they say I'm slighting Terence Crawford. They say I'm not really giving him the respect that he deserved, his skill set. But every time y'all talk about how Terence Crawford gonna beat ERROL Spence or have any type of, success versus ERROL Spence, it always come down to power. And y'all basing the power on Terence Crawford knocking out motherfuckers that's either been knocked out before, done been dropped before. You know what I'm saying? ERROL Spence ain't never been stopped, ain't never been knocked down. Terence Crawford done been knocked down before. Sean Porter had already been knocked down before. He got knocked down by AB, got knocked down by ERROL Spence. He got knocked down before the AB fight. Who was that Sean Porter got dropped by early on? I forget the guy's name. And did Sean Porter fight Phil LoGreco? I don't think he fought Phil. It's somebody that he got dropped by even before AB. Meanwhile, ERROL Spence stopping boys that ain't, stopping boys that ain't never been stopped before. Dropping boys that ain't never been dropped before. You feel me? And Terence Crawford, he done been hurt. He done been dropped. So, if everything coming down to power for y'all, I'm telling you, Terence Crawford only got a puncher's chance. He only got a puncher's chance, bro. But that's what make this fight so exciting. D, look, I'm only using the triangle theory in this instance for power, because this is what y'all hold y'all hat on. So the same reason why I'm using this triangle theory is going to debunk everything you saying about why Terence Crawford should be able to knock out ERROL Spence or hurt ERROL Spence. Because it's the same logic that Terence Crawford fans use when y'all say, well, ERROL Spence couldn't stop Mikey. He couldn't stop Sean Porter. How he gonna stop Terence Crawford? That's the logic y'all use. I'm just throwing that back at y'all. It's the same reason why Marvin Hagler had a split decision with Duran. Thomas Hearns stopped Duran, but Marvin Hagler stopped Tommy Hearns. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother D Lucky back in the super chat. Said you convincing yourself. Hey, everything that I done said about this fight, every way that I done broke this fight down and analyzed it, bruh, I gave you everything you need to know. I don't have to convince myself of nothing, bruh, because I know what ERROL Spence gonna do. I know how Terence Crawford fight. I know how ERROL Spence fight. I know ERROL Spence is more battle tested. I know ERROL Spence is going to be the physically stronger guy. I know ERROL Spence is going to be more durable. I think ERROL Spence got a better chin. I know ERROL Spence got a better chin. Said, what if pressure ain't enough? High pressure not going to be enough, D Lucky. How is Terence Crawford going to get out the way? What happens when Terence Crawford has to throw more punches early on in the fight than he ever had to throw in his career. What happens when Terence Crawford is forced to fight when he don't want to fight? He gonna get broke up. He gonna get broke up. It's gonna be bad for Terence Crawford. It's gonna be bad for him, bro. And I can see D Lucky right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't change your name after the fight neither. Don't change your avatar, and don't change your name. I can see you right now. Sad as a motherfucker. I see it. I had visions about it, D Lucky. I seen it. Crawford will take more punishment than he ever took in his life in this fight. That's why I'm telling y'all, if he lose, he not taking no rematch. Shout out to the brother Walter Lee in the building. What's good? He said, I ain't changing that. Shout out to the brother True Seeker in the building. He said, Bud, it's too good. We gonna find out. But again, going back to my point though, that's why this the perfect fight. Because you got two people on both sides who, I mean, they say they believe in their guy. They say they believe in their guy. You know what I'm saying? But you got two people on both, two fan bases saying that they believe that they guy gonna win. And then when you listen to people break down the fights, former fighters, current pro fighters, trainers, and such, a lot of people picking Terence Crawford. Some people picking ERROL Spence. It's a perfect fight on paper. But like ERROL Spence said, this shit looked like one of those classic old school fights on paper, but you know what I'm saying? It could be a one-sided ass whooping. Shout out to the brother Michael Holly in the building. What's good? Said, I got love for this channel, but Spence going down. I can't wait to see. Shout out to the brother Montavia Berry in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's good? I can't wait to see. But I'm telling you, bro, we gonna learn everything we need to know about both of these guys. I don't think neither one of these fighters cutting corners. I think these guys are gonna come in super prepared. I don't think there's gonna be no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses after this fight. Both guys in the best shape that I've seen them in recent time. You know, Terence Crawford looking good. ERROL Spence looking, cut up like a bag of dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving what I'm seeing from his strength and conditioning. Shout out to Sanders Fit. And, you could tell the nutritionist has made a big difference in ERROL Spence's camps. You can definitely see the difference. You can see how he gradually cuts down to 147 now. It seems like it's an easier process for him. And the way he looked in that Ugas fight, physically, I just don't think that's something Terence Crawford can withstand. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that's something Terence Crawford will be able to stand up to. Shout out to the brother ATX Slab Life. Cletus, a.k.a. Big Texas in the building. What's good, my brother? I appreciate you for pulling up. Said it's almost surreal that the fight is exactly 2 weeks away after all these years of wishing for it. Facts, bro. That's what I'm saying. What a time to be alive and what a time to be a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this fight lacks anything, bro. Everything that you want to see as a boxing fan, you're going to get out of this fight. You're going to get out of this fight. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see two killers lock horns where neither one of them going to back down, I think Terence Crawford going to be the first one to go back. Shout out to the brother D Lucky back in the super chat. He said Derrick James don't sound confident either. Derrick James sound very confident to me. He sound very confident to me. In fact, I think Derrick James would prefer for Terence Crawford to stand right there and, lock horns with ERROL Spence. You know what I'm saying? And I think he gonna get his wish too. At least Terence Crawford gonna try. You know what I'm saying? All that shit that they working on over there in Terence Crawford camp, all that shit gonna go out the window as soon as ERROL hit him. Soon as Earl hit Terence Crawford upside his head, all that shit they doing over there, Terence Crawford ain't gonna do none of that game plan shit. He gonna want to fight, and that's when he gonna get his ass whooped. Shout out to the brother Heartless in the building. What's good? Said we don't know how EJ gonna respond when he get hurt. I know how Errol Spence gonna respond if he get hit with a good shot. He gonna smile, eat that shit, and keep coming forward. I think the question is what Terence Crawford gonna do when he start getting his eyes broken up. You know what I'm saying? When he start getting hit with consistent thudding shots with great leverage and punch placement. And you got this bigger, stronger guy barreling down on your ass. And you can't move out the way. You want to move, but everywhere you turn, Errol Spence cutting the ring off. Now you realize when you want to take that little break, when you done got hit with some shit that you didn't like, and you want to take you a little break real quick, ain't no safe place in the ring. Ain't no break. You gonna fight when Errol Spence want to fight. And another thing, when Terence Crawford try to clinch, but trust me, Terence Crawford will be trying to clinch in this fight. Terence Crawford will be trying to clinch in this fight, and he not gonna be able to clinch Errol Spence. All that clinching gonna do is make Terence Crawford more tired, faster, and he gonna get his ass whooped. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, bro. Errol Spence gonna come forward in the first couple of rounds, slowly but surely, keeping that jab in his face, the same way Ricky Burns did in them first couple of rounds, throwing Terence Crawford timing off with the jab. Terence Crawford if he come out in orthodox, he gonna try to switch southpaw to think that's gonna be a difference, but he gonna realize that jab getting there even faster and more accurate when you go southpaw versus another southpaw. I'm telling y'all, bro, the last video that I just made broke this shit down the best way possible. Terence Crawford's chin and his gas tank gonna be pushed to the limit. Shout out to the brother Skills from New Orleans. In the super chat coming through and showing love, he said, I see a Mosley versus Mayweather moment as Earl then began to raise to his finest hour, or a total wash via Earl to the body as Bud heads towards submission. TKO is imminent. I can see that too. I can see Earl taking a shot early on that maybe catch his attention. Dare I say, buzz him a little bit. And then, like the brother said, rising to the occasion and, commencing to beating the shit out of Terence Crawford or cruising to a dominant UD. You know what I'm saying? But I think the likelihood of it's hard for me to see Terence Crawford like making it out this fight okay if he don't get like an early knockout. It's hard to believe Terence Crawford gonna make it out this fight the same unless he get like an early ass knockout and just don't take no type of punishment. Because stylistically, bro, this shit perfect for Errol Spence. You got a guy who is primarily a counterpuncher. Now, of course, we seen Terence Crawford be first before. I'm not saying that he can't be first. But he not finna be first with Errol Spence. Errol Spence gonna be first. And if Terence Crawford try to come out earlier and fight more than what he normally do in past fights, like early on, instead of taking time to download data and shit, that ain't gonna do nothing but make him more tired. Soon as he let his shit off and Errol Spence withstand that storm, it's gonna be all downhill for Terence Crawford after that. Shout out to the brother Eclectic Agitator back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Bud don't respect Bo game plans and it shows. Man, you know Bud gonna go rogue. You know he gonna go rogue. Said Bud is in shape to run around the ring, but it will only last so long before EJ punches take a toll on him. I see it being a good fight if Bud somehow use his legs to avoid EJ, but if not, early KO. Look, I think Terence Crawford is in phenomenal shape. Shout out to my brother Mark Jaramillo in the building. I think he in great shape just from what I see. The short that I posted, he looked good. He looked like he in shape. He looked strong. Terence Crawford looked good. But look at his fights, though. If you look at, there's a pattern in Terence Crawford fights. He hasn't really been forced to have to fight every round. He's been able to dictate the pace because he's fighting guys who are, number one, less skilled than, way less skilled than Errol Spence. They nowhere near his level. And he's fighting guys that they don't have the game plan and the coach that Errol Spence got to be able to put him in advantageous positions to offset anything that Terence Crawford is doing. He never faced nothing like that. He never faced a guy with this size and with this arm reach before, with this skill level attached to it. Shout out to the brother Jay Cool in the building. What's good? And the type of pressure that Errol Spence is going to put behind all that shit that I just named, Terence Crawford ain't never been in a ring with nobody that possessed those things. So I think Terence Crawford is going to have to fight earlier than he normally likes to fight. He going to have to warm up earlier than he normally does. All that's going to do is take away his gas tank for later on in the fight or however long the fight lasts. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Said, salute contender regime, not going to be easy. Said, not going to be easy when Bud gets hit. He wants to hit you back. You're right, Bud never faced a good fighter. He faced some good fighters, but he just never faced nobody on this level. And, I mean, we can say that Errol Spence never faced somebody that possessed the tools that Terence Crawford possessed, but stylistically, though, when you look at what Errol Spence has done versus counterpunchers, like Earl has seen guys who like to wait on you and counter before. That was Ugas's bread and butter. What happened? He put his hands in his pocket because he wasn't used to a motherfucker letting off hella jabs like that and going to the body the way Earl do and cutting off the ring and smothering you and making you fight when you don't want to fight. He never been in that position before. If you look at Ugas versus Manny Pacquiao, just the fight before, he was countering the shit out of Manny. Manny was aggressive. Manny was coming forward just like Earl, but he didn't possess the things that Errol Spence possessed. The reach, the length, the punch variations, the strength, the ring IQ, the ability to cut the ring off. Never seen it before. That's why you see dudes perform way different in a fight with Spence than they look in any other fight. Shout out to my brother Money Brown TV in the super chat coming through and showing love. He says, salute my brother contender. I talked to EJ the other day and Brody is ready to make history. He is locked in. EJ having a happy camp and that's dangerous. Facts. Shout out to the brother Money Brown TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to Money Brown TV. One of the best boxing channels on this YouTube. Big facts. And that's real shit, Money Brown TV. I've noticed that with Errol Spence in the last camp and in this camp. You can tell that a lot of that stress, doing everything on his own with the diet and the strength and conditioning, doing all that shit on his own, and then, you know, moving around outside the ring, that put a lot of stress and you know, pressure on you as an individual. And it's just mind-boggling that Errol Spence was still successful in the Mikey Garcia and the Sean Porter fight. You know what I'm saying? Handling his camps and his off seasons like that. But now you look at, he got a lot of that shit taken off his shoulders. All he got to do now is just focus on training. You feel me? He does seem a lot more free-minded and a lot more happy and just focusing on the fight. Just ready to get in there and prove that he the best. That's a dangerous fighter. That's the same type of energy that I got from Tank Davis. That's the same type of energy that I got from Tank Davis. Remember, I kept telling y'all, like, over the last 2-3 years, we saw a shift in Tank Davis. We saw he started staying in shape year-round. He wasn't getting fat outside of fights no more. Then he got the nutritionist. You seen the transformation in his body. Then you listen to him talk, he becoming more mature. You know what I'm saying? He's smiling more. He's more excited about the sport now because he put all that extra shit to the side and just focus on the sport. That's what I see in Errol Spence. And that shit translates in the ring. So when you got a guy who I already feel is better than Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, and then you add on top of that, bro, he at the top of his game right now. He at the top of his game. He at the top of his game right now, bro. Shout out to the brother D Lucky back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, I got Shakur beating Frank too. We gonna see. We gonna see. That's a great fight. I'm really looking forward to that fight. I think you might be surprised in that one too, D Lucky. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. But I'll tell you one thing, I still gotta look at that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta break that shit down a little bit more. But I'll tell you one thing, D Lucky, I know Errol Spence gonna whoop Terence Crawford ass. I know Errol Spence gonna whoop Terence Crawford ass. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. I'm telling you, bruh. I just want to see. I can't wait till we do the post-fight reaction. I can't wait till we do the post-fight reaction. I want to see, hey, look, that live gonna be jumping. That live gonna be jumping, bruh. I just hope I see all these same faces in my chat. You know what I'm saying? I just hope I see all these same faces in my chat. That post-fight reaction live gonna be jumping. Boys gonna be done change their avatar. You know what I'm saying? Boys gonna change their name. Boys gonna act like, oh damn, the fight happened, I missed it. Shout out to the brother Big T in the building. What's good? Hey, bruh. I just really believe once they get in that ring, Terence Crawford is gonna be. I think he understands that he's about to face a great opponent, and Errol Spence does as well. So let me preface with that. I think Terence Crawford understands. I don't think he, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he like taking Errol Spence lightly, and I know Errol Spence ain't taking him lightly, right? It's a mutual respect between both of these guys. But even though I know Terence Crawford respect what Errol Spence bringing to the table, I still don't think he fully understand what Errol about to do. I don't think he fully understand what he about to get in the ring with. I don't think he fully understand what he about to get in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he understand. I don't think he understand, bro. Because I've seen so many fighters who rely on power, who rely on those one shots. When they hit somebody with their best shit and that motherfucker don't fold, something changed inside of them, bro. Something changed. That's gonna be the moment that I'm looking for the most in this fight. Shout out to the brother Loose Bills in the building. What's good? Appreciate you for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like button too as you slide through. I appreciate you. That's the moment that I'm looking for the most in this fight. That's the moment I'm looking for the most. When Terence Crawford land a hard shot on Errol Spence that normally either knocks guys out, hurts them, or makes them reluctant to do whatever they was doing prior to getting hit. And Errol Spence don't do none of that shit. That's the moment that I'm looking for, because I think that right there is gonna be the pivotal moment of the fight. It could be a clean shot. It could be a shot that Errol Spence partially blocks. But I think Terence Crawford gonna realize, like, okay, this motherfucker tough. He got a chin. You know what I'm saying? And from there, he gonna realize, okay, I really gotta fight this dude. I think then you will see Terence Crawford try to box a little bit and try to move. I really don't think Terence Crawford gonna come out moving early on. I think Terence Crawford is gonna come out and try to get Errol Spence respect early. I don't think he gonna move early on. I think the first couple of rounds, he gonna come out and try to sit on some shots. Sit on a couple of shots. You know, see how Errol Spence react. And I think he gonna realize, damn, this motherfucker got a chin. Oh, this motherfucker got way better defense than I thought. And then on top of that, you got to deal with where Errol Spence dishing back out at you. I think then we'll see Terence Crawford try to get on his bicycle. And from there, it's going to be all downhill. Because Errol Spence going to cut the ring off, and he going to force Terence Crawford to fight. He going to force Terence Crawford to fight when he don't want to fight. And when he want to fight, Errol Spence going to already be right there in the pocket, ready to give him everything he looking for. And that's when the fight gonna happen. I told y'all it's gonna be half chess match, half dog fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be half chess match, half dog fight. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great fight. Shout out to my brother D Luckett. Hold on, I just seen. Damn, one of y'all. I see one of them. It say Spence will get dropped in the 3rd round, TKO in 8. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that happen. I see Terence Crawford trying to hit Earl with some early, realizing that Earl has way better punch resistance than he thought, a way stronger fighter than he thought. Then he gonna try to get on this bicycle and he gonna get walked down. He gonna get hunted down, cornered, and beat the fuck up. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. I'm trying to tell y'all, bruh. All you motherfuckers that think Terence Crawford can move like Floyd. All you motherfuckers that think Terence Crawford can do anything that Floyd Mayweather do. You're going to find out otherwise on July 29th. And you're going to realize that even if he can move half as good as Floyd, you're going to realize why Errol Spence put that black eye on Floyd when they sparred. That man different. Said he gonna move better than Floyd. Oh, D Luckett. He gonna move better than Floyd? He say, man, got that PS3, PS4, and PS5. Hey, you see what's going on? The only reason I got the 3 is so I can play Fight Night. That's the only reason I got the 3. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they don't got Fight Night on the PS5. I think Xbox, you can play Fight Night, like Fight Night Champion. But they don't got that shit on the 5. So I had to cop the 3. You know what I'm saying? But look, I'm telling y'all, bro, I love this shit. I want to see Terence. Look, we got somebody that said Terence Crawford can KO Wilder. Look, I love this. Why I do these lives, bro. Because I want these Terence Crawford fans. I seen this shit before. I seen this with the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd situation, bro. All the Manny Pacquiao fans were saying, you know, Manny, oh my God, Manny, he's the GOAT. He's gonna knock Floyd out. Oh my God, Manny Pacquiao, he's the greatest. Oh, he can jump 30 feet in the air. Oh my God, he runs a 3.5 in the 40. Manny Pacquiao, he's got lightning fast hands. The hardest puncher in the sport. And then he get in the ring with somebody that's better than him, and you see what happened. And then everybody that was making Manny Pacquiao videos, they disappeared. Everybody that was in the comments calling Floyd Mayweather fans Flo-Mos and, you know what I'm saying, monkeys and all type of shit, they disappeared. They disappeared. The same way you motherfuckers gonna disappear. Shout out to the brother Cool Jazz in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said if Spence can catch Floyd, he can catch Bud. But Earl done already walked down movers before. We seen what he did with Chris Algieri. I think Chris Algieri had way better feet than Terence Crawford. Shit, that's what he relied on his whole career. Footwork and a jab. Hunted that man down, took his soul. The same way he gonna take Terence Crawford's soul. It's gonna get bad for Terence Crawford in there, bro. He gonna get his ass whooped. I'm trying to tell y'all. He gonna get his ass whooped, bro. The man gonna get his ass whooped. And then after this fight, people gonna be like, well, why Terence Crawford was just standing there? Why he wasn't moving? Errol Spence fought a stationary target. Come on, bro. I can see the excuses. I seen this before. Shout out to the brother Renique 313 in the building. What's good? Jay Cooley said, to be honest, I don't think Bud has the reach either. Look at the face off. Earl's shoulders is taller. Said Earl's shoulders is taller and the reach is the same. I can see that too. I think Terence Crawford reach is over exaggerated too. Another thing is about the reach. I'm glad you brought that up, Jay Cooley. Even if he do got 74 reach, which I think is over exaggerated, but even if he do, Terence Crawford, when the last time Terence Crawford fought somebody with 72-inch reach? When the last time Terence Crawford fought somebody with 72-inch reach? He was getting stole in the eye time after time by Kell Brook, who got 69-inch reach. He was getting stole in the eye by Ricky Burns, who got, like, what's Ricky Burns' reach? 68? When the last time he fought somebody with 72-inch reach? Terence Crawford has gotten his eye swole up by guys with shorter reach with lesser jabs than Errol Spence. Come on, bruh. Somebody said Benavidez, the guy with one leg who took Terence Crawford 12 rounds. Come on now. Errol Spence got 2 legs. And he got a better jab. Said, my boy Mark Carmelo said, yo, contender, this is the only place where these so-called Bud fans can get the play-by-play. Can get the play-by-play broke ass motherfuckers can't buy fight. Y'all better buy the fight too. All y'all Terence Crawford fans, y'all better fucking buy the fight too. Cause y'all didn't buy none of Terence Crawford fights. Don't come over here with that bullshit. Y'all better buy the fight, bruh. You motherfuckers better buy the fight. Cause y'all didn't buy none of Terence Crawford fights. You better motherfucking buy the fight. I ain't playing with you. You better buy the fight. Y'all didn't buy none of bullshit. Don't come over here with that bullshit. Buy the fight. Y'all didn't buy none of that. Y'all didn't buy no Amir Khan. I bought the Amir Khan and Terence Crawford fight. Y'all didn't buy it. Yeah, Bud getting touched up by dudes with 64-inch reach. Come on, bruh. What he gonna do when he got a strong welterweight with 72-inch reach with one of the best jabs, if not the best jab in the sport? Coming through, applying that pressure. Cutting the ring off. If you thought Mean Machine hit hard, D-Lucky, you said Mean Machine a puncher? What the fuck you think Errol Spence is? He said Mean Machine a puncher. What the fuck you think Errol Spence is? Come on, bruh. Shout out to my brother Eric R in the building. What's good? I appreciate you for pulling up. Come on, bruh. Dog, it's finna get bad for Terence Crawford fans. But look again, going back to the topic of the live. It's a perfect fight. These guys say they believe in Terence Crawford. We gonna see. We gonna see. Hey, shout out to the brother Young Money in the building. He said the only people that have an issue with the real you spit is dudes who've been lied to all their life. Big facts. Terence Crawford been lying to these boys their whole life, deceiving them. I'm telling you, bro. I seen this movie play out before. Everything Terence Crawford fans saying is the same shit that Manny Pacquiao fans were saying when he was about to fight Floyd. I seen this before, bruh. I seen this. The fight itself is different, special. But the lead up, these fans, I seen this before. Shout out to my brother D Lucky back in the super chat. He said Earl ain't dropping nobody. Come on. Hey, so D Lucky. So if you, all right, so y'all saying that Errol Spence don't got no power, he ain't dropping nobody. Hey D Lucky, if Errol Spence stopped Terence Crawford, like how does it gonna make you feel? How does it gonna make you feel, bro? Shout out to my brother Big Tex 33 in the building. What's good? D Lucky, how does it gonna make you feel, bro? Honestly. Hey, he said he's spending his Red Bull money. Hey, D Lucky, how that's gonna make you feel, bro? If after Errol Spence stopped Terence Crawford, how's it gonna make you feel? He said D Lucky on the bulletin again. Oh man, bruh, this shit gonna be so funny, bruh. This man said, he said Mean Machine dropped Terence Crawford because Mean Machine is a puncher, but Errol Spence ain't dropping nobody. He said, I'm not gonna feel no way Earl would get my support. Okay, that's respect. Shout out to the brother Montavia Berry in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, Spence go give Bud the Carol Brook treatment. He gonna tell him to stand in the middle of the ring. Don't run. Hey, D Lucky. Tell your boy, hey, stand in the middle of the ring. Don't run. Don't run. Hey, not real talk. I really feel like Earl gonna treat Terence Crawford like Kell Brook, but it's gonna be worse because Kell Brook did show dog in that fight, but that was like before he realized. I think it was maybe like the 8th round, the 8th or the 9th round, where they went back and forth. Earl got on his ass, and then Kell Brook bit down, and he let some of that fire out. But at that time, he realized, like, bro, if I don't fight back, it's over with. So he ain't have no choice, back against the wall. I think Terence Crawford gonna be more willing to fight back regardless, which is gonna put him more in harm's way. It's gonna be worse for Terence Crawford. It's gonna be worse for Terence Crawford than it was for Kell Brook. And like Earl told Kell Brook, he said, look, stand in the middle of the ring. Don't run. Don't run. Now you finally fighting somebody your size. Yeah, you fighting somebody your size now. Hey, D Lucky. Terence Crawford fighting somebody his size now. He fighting somebody his size now. Shout out to the brother Jay Cooley in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, look at Bud opponents and then look at Earl opponents after they fight Bud. He said after they fight, Bud will have to fight for his life. Big facts. Terence Crawford gonna have to scratch and claw to make it out that ring alive with Errol Spence. He gonna have to fight harder than he ever had to fight in his life, bruh. And the sad part about it, he gonna be willing to. And that's gonna lead him to a quick demise. Shout out to my brother Knockout Boxer 86 TV in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, people would rather get dropped than broke bones. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Shout out to the OG Mr. Month in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Bud gotta hurt Earl. Said Earl not gonna let him pace himself early. And if he can't lower EJ's output, he gonna find himself fighting when he don't want to fight and tired, and he not used to being tired. Big facts. That's a fact, OG Mr. Month. Shout out to the brother, to the OG Mr. Month. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel because he dropped a dope-ass video talking about just that. Terence Crawford having to exert more energy early on in this fight than he normally has to. Because he going to be fighting a guy with a punch rate and a work rate that he never seen before. And if you don't fight back, you going to get your ass whooped. All that Terence Crawford in shape and he got a gas tank shit, we going to find out in this fight because he ain't never had to use that shit. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Collar 779 in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, just showing love, hashtag big fish, hashtag man down. Appreciate you for pulling up, bro. We gonna find out now. We gonna find out, bro. We gonna see how good his stamina really is. All that pity pat shit that he was doing against Avenese and this shit, you know, he throwing little pity pat shots and then he'll mix it up and throw a hard shot. You feel me? He in there like he on the bag and shit. Just throwing little soft ass shots. And then that shit ain't finna work on ERROL Spence. When ERROL Spence coming at you with that jab, with the body shots behind it, putting that physical and mental pressure on you, you gonna have to fight. And when Terence Crawford so used to being able to conserve his energy early on, he gonna find out you can't do that shit. He gonna have to fight. He gonna have to fight. And once he start fighting early, we gonna see if the fight do get past 7, 8, 9. We gonna see if he still have that same energy. We gonna see. We gonna see. Shout out to the brother Amon Rashad in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said everything the experts are saying Bud has to do to win. He's never been 12. He's never been 12 complete rounds. Earl is prepared to go 12 rounds. Bud haven't went 12 in years. Facts. We gonna see what his gas tank looking like, bruh. He about to be pushed to the limit. I'm trying to tell y'all. The man finna be pushed to the limit. Shout out to the brother Avery Jones in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, don't start hugging Earl's knees when he get dropped like he did Mean Machine. Big facts. I think we gonna see that. Shout out to my brother 704 Joe in the building. What's good? We gonna see that, yeah. Hey, D-Lucky, I ain't forgot. You thought I forgot? You thought I forgot that image of Terence Crawford grabbing on Mean Machine? Like he trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like he holding on for dear life. He done got dropped. He all on the man's shorts and shit. Mean Machine looking down like, get your ass up off me, bruh. Looking at the ref like, bro, you ain't finna call my knockdown. Come on now. I seen that before, bruh. I ain't got that image out my head, D-Lucky. I seen it. I seen it, bro. I seen that, bro. It can happen again and worse this time. I'm going to tell y'all, bro. Terence Crawford going to be trying to clinch. He not going to be able to clinch. And that clinching going to make him use up more energy. He going to be trying to move. And he ain't going to be able to get out the way. That's going to make him use up more energy. And when it's time to, when ERROL Spence actually get close to him and Terence Crawford say, fuck it, we fighting, that's going to make him use up more energy. And he better land them shots that y'all hoping and praying that he going to land. Because if he don't, he going to get fucked up. That's a fact. When they do get in close quarters, he better land them shots that y'all wishing and hoping and praying. You better hope ERROL Spence drop his mouthpiece. Because I know that's what y'all wishing and hoping. Oh, Lord, please, in the 4th round, just please make ERROL Spence spit his mouthpiece out and then act like he don't know what's going on. And let's hope that the ref say, stop, but really he don't mean stop. And then I hope Terence Crawford still punching while Errol Spence not looking. Y'all better hope that's what's gonna happen. Cause that's the only way you gonna get the outcome that you looking for. You better hope that happen. Because all that shit, look, Terence Crawford gonna have to show us he got a chin. And he gonna have to show us that he got a gas tank. He gonna have to show us he got a chin. And he gonna have to show us he got a gas tank. We already know he can fight. We know Errol Spence can fight. We already know these guys are skilled and accomplished fighters. We know that already. We already know that. I know Errol Spence got a chin and a gas tank. I don't know if Terence Crawford got that. I don't know if he got that. I don't know if he got that. We know that Errol Spence can walk forward and out counter a counterpuncher like he did versus Danny. I ain't seen Terence Crawford be able to take away a southpaw's jab out the orthodox stance. Or the southpaw stance for that matter. Because he ain't ever really fought no real southpaw with a great jab. And he ain't never stayed in the orthodox stance a whole fight versus a southpaw and took away his jab like he did in the southpaw stance versus Kell Brook. That's the thing, bro. I know what Errol Spence gonna do. All the Terence Crawford fans and the so-called Bud Buddians, the Budrick Patrol, these guys is hoping and wishing and praying. They hoping and wishing that Errol Spence mouthpiece falls out. They hoping and wishing that he ain't the same since the car accident. They hoping and wishing he gonna be weak from making the weight. They hoping and wishing that he ain't in shape. They hoping and wishing that the detached retina that he experienced 2 years ago is still affecting him now. They hoping and wishing. I ain't hoping and wishing shit because I know what the fuck Errol Spence gonna do. I done seen him do it before. The shit that Terence Crawford need to do to win, I ain't seen him do before. Shout out to the brother Avery Jones back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, act like Bud is Sweet Pea and Floyd all in one. Big facts. Boys tweaking. Tweaking. Man, defense ain't nowhere near Sweet Pea, and he ain't got shit that Floyd got. I don't know where they get this whole Floyd Mayweather shit from. The man ain't Floyd. I don't know how many times we gotta tell him that. And hood members, stop all that spamming because as soon as he 39-1, your ass ain't even gonna show up for the post-fight reaction. Your ass ain't even gonna show up. Talking about some 40-0. You spamming that shit, and your motherfucking ass gonna change your name, or you might not even show up to the live. Bud Buddians. Shout out to the brother Amar Rashad back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said EJ's amateur point style pedigree is kryptonite for counterpunchers. He's constantly scoring. He's constantly scoring points while counterpunchers waiting to land a punch. Facts. Facts. That's a great point. That's a great point because it goes back to what I said. If Terence Crawford can't hurt Errol Spence, then what? Because you know you're not finna win no decision. You're not finna win no decision, bro. Terence Crawford not winning a decision, bro. Shout out to the brother Avery Jones back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Bud fans got the same haircut as him too. Let's get this guy. Hey, shooters. Bro, y'all sleep as hell, bro. Y'all sleep. Let me do y'all job for y'all, bro. Y'all motherfuckers sleep in here, bro. All that damn spamming, bro. Let me do y'all job for y'all, man. Come on, bro. Got this man in here spamming and getting away with it, man. I don't like that. Shout out to the brother Jeffrey Sharp in the building. What's good? Said, all you Spence fans keep that same energy. The energy been the same, brother. The energy been the same, brother. You can't never say I switched up. The energy been the same, and it's gonna stay the same. All I ask for y'all is that when y'all show up, if y'all show up for the post-fight reaction, just wipe your feet at the door and be respectful. Be respectful, and I'm gonna need all you Bud fans after Errol Spence whoop his ass. Y'all better super chat on the post-fight live. Just off the strength. Pay your dues. And after that, you know what I'm saying, we can be cool again. We could be cool again. Come through, wipe your feet at the door, be respectful, and drop a super chat on the post-fight live. And say you sorry. And say you apologize. Say you sorry for ever doubting the truth. Say you ain't gonna see no Bud fans July 30th. Big facts. Bro, I'm telling you, I seen this before. I seen this before. Said our energy been the same since day one. Never had to change. Never will. You feel me? I'm telling you, bro. Look, I'm just excited about the fact that we get a chance to put an end to all this shit. All this shit that I gotta deal with in my chat. All this shit I gotta deal with. And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? We all boxing fans. I love it. I love talking this boxing with y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with me or you don't agree. I love talking this boxing with y'all. But look, the best part about all this shit is that on July 29th, we get a chance to put an end to all this. All this talk, all this, you know what I'm saying? All these mythical abilities of Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? All these mythical abilities of Terence Crawford. We gonna see. Oh yeah, you know they gonna flock to the next one. That's what they do, Vigilante Kato. They gonna be on Boots next. You know that's what's gonna happen. Shout out to the brother Skills from New Orleans. In that super chat coming through and showing love again, he said, defensively, Shakur is currently the only fighter that bear resemblance to Floyd. Impeccable prowess, Bud gets hits way too much. I could agree with that. I think Shakur Stevenson defense way better than Terence Crawford defense. And if anybody gonna be compared to Floyd, I wouldn't even compare Shakur Stevenson to Floyd with his defense. But if anybody was gonna be compared to Floyd, it would be him. It ain't gonna be no damn Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen Floyd on his knees. You know what I'm saying? Holding on for dear life. I miss you, OG. When I had the timeout, buddy, it kind of blocked something. Let me see. Okay, I see. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Munt, coming through in that super chat, showing love. He said, all I know is when you get tired and slow down, your reflexes ain't the same, and the athleticism is not so prominent. Bud better be in 15-round shape. Big facts. That's what I want to see. That's what I think we gonna find out the most about Terence Crawford. We gonna see what type of shape he in, and we gonna see how good his chin is. We know he can fight. You know what I'm saying? We know he can fight. Said Bud better be in 20-round shape. Big facts. All I want to know is like that pivotal moment in the fight. I think this is going to be the most important moment in the fight is when Terence Crawford finally let off a combination on Errol Spence. Something that usually get the attention of everybody else, but he don't get the reaction out of Errol that he want. Because then then that's when the fight gonna happen. Because look, I don't think Errol Spence gonna be going in there overly believing in his power like that. Obsessed with his power. I don't think, even though we all know Errol Spence got power, Errol Spence knows he has power. But I don't think Errol Spence going into this fight believing in the power to the point where it's like, damn, okay, I'm just trying to land this one shot. Or if I hit him with this and he don't feel nothing, or it don't get the reaction that I want, like he gonna fold or get reluctant. I think Errol Spence already going in with the mentality, I want to whoop his ass. However that look. If it's one punch, cool. If it's an accumulation of ass whooping, I'm cool with that too. As a matter of fact, that's probably preferred. He want to put an ass whooping on Terence Crawford. But so mentally, I think Errol Spence is prepared for however the fight go. He prepared. I think Terence Crawford gonna go in that bitch. I think his confidence gonna be a little bit lessened if he hit Errol Spence and that shit don't have the same effect that it had on Mean Machine or that it had on Abenesian. You know what I'm saying? I think his whole shit gonna be fucked up after that. Because once he realized that Errol Spence can take his punches, now he know he have to fight. And he have to move. And he have to be durable. And he have to have great conditioning. Whole time Errol Spence is just methodically breaking his ass down. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Big Tex 33 in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said when Bud get behind on the cards, Bo Mac gonna freeze up on him. Coaching going to be a big difference. Oh, that's a great point, Big Tex 33. That's a great point, bruh. We got to talk about that. Let me read that again. He said, when Bud get behind on the cards, Bo Mac gonna freeze up on him. Coaching gonna be a big difference in this fight. We gonna touch on that. Shout out to the OG Mr. Munt back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said people think Bud can't fight on the inside, but he can. That's a fact. He has very sharp inside game, but once he go in there with EJ closing the door behind him, big facts. Big facts. Once he do try to fight on the inside, which again, like you mentioned, he got good short shots on the inside. I just posted a short displaying that. But that's where EJ want to be at. And I would love to see Terence Crawford try to fight EJ on the inside for an extended period of time. Shout out to the brother D Luckett in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, I love how you talking right now, brother. Won't be like this on July 30th. We gonna see. We gonna see. But let me go back to what the brother said. Big Text 33. Let me read that one more time. He said, when Bud get behind on the cards, Bo Mac gonna freeze up on him. Coaching gonna be a big difference in this fight. That's a great point, because have we really ever seen Bo Mac have to give like precise, direct instructions to Terence Crawford in a fight to either get him over the hump, help him make an adjustment, put him in a position where he can take advantage of something that his opponent is doing and, ultimately be dominant in a fight due to those instructions? Have we seen that before? No. Bo Mac is going to tell Terence Crawford, like he always tell Terence Crawford, hey, do what we worked on. You got him. You got to find your rhythm. All right now, champ, go get it. You got to fight this motherfucker. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? As he licking his fingers and wiping his hands off on his shirt, wiping the Cheeto Puffs residue off his hands and shit, he gonna be telling, now look, now you gotta go in there and you gotta get your rhythm. Do it like we did it on the pads. You in shape for this. Ain't gonna give him no type of instructions. That's when we gonna see the difference in coaching and the corner. It's when the shit get tough and all that flashy athleticism, all them down, bells and whistles, switching to orthodox and southpaw. When that shit ain't working and you need an actual game plan, you need some shit that's going to help you combat that jab that's constantly popping you in your damn eye. when you need help on how to get away from this motherfucker cutting the ring off. Or when you need help because you trying to clinch him and he keep getting out the clinch and the left hand getting free and he hitting you over top of your head with overhand lefts in the clinch. Bomac is going to freeze the fuck up because he ain't never been in this position before. He ain't never been in this position. Shout out to the brother Mar Rashad back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said Bomac trains, Derek coaches. Huge difference. Derek coaches and teaches. It's a difference. It's a difference. Shout out to the brother Gladiator channel in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Bud try to go inside with EJ. He not coming back outside because he won't have the stamina. That's what I want to see early on, though. I want to see, because I think that's what's going to happen. I think Terence Crawford going to try to sit on his shots early on to get Errol Spence respect. He going to try to do that. But he going to realize that ain't where he want to be. And that's going to take stamina away. He going to start trying to move, which going to take stamina away. And when Earl get close to him and cut the ring off, he going to try to clinch, which is going to take stamina away. And Earl breaking off the clinch, fighting on the inside, forcing him to fight, is going to take stamina away. He going to be pushed to the fucking limit, bro. Terence Crawford going to be pushed to a place that we ain't never seen him before in his career. I done seen Errol Spence have to go to war. I done seen Errol Spence in the trenches. I done seen him get hit by bigger guys. I done seen him take a clean shot with no mouthpiece in and come back smiling, and then the next round beat the fuck out the opponent. When Terence Crawford get hit with some shit, he on his knees, grabbing on the motherfucking shorts and shit. Shout out to the brother Jermaine Harvey in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, Bud is extremely overrated. I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but he's definitely overrated. I can see that, especially by the Bud Buddians. But from the Bud Buddians and the Budrick Patrol, they definitely overrate him. Definitely. I'm talking about these dudes is saying he better than Floyd. I'm like, where you getting this from, bruh? Where's you getting this from? I can take Floyd Mayweather's 25th best opponent on his record. Let me say this. Let me not go that far. I could take Floyd Mayweather's 15th best opponent on his record, and he better than everybody that Terence Crawford fought. I could take Floyd Mayweather's 15th best opponent on his resume, and he better than anybody Terence Crawford ever been in the ring with. Shout out to the brother Jeffrey Brooks in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, you can't coach skills and talents. That's God's gift. Hey, man, look. I heard what you saying, and Terence Crawford does have some great gifts. You know, the brother can fight. Make no mistake about it, the brother can fight. I'm a fan. I am a fan. The brother can fight. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, bruh, it's some things that we get, not we, because I ain't one of them, but that these people get blinded by. They getting blinded by all the flash and all the glitz and the glamour, and it look good. But when you get in there with a motherfucker that got his lunch pail and his work boots on, and he ain't come to play. He came prepared for 15 rounds. And he got every tool that he need to dismantle your ass. And he done already been through the shit that he about to put you through. He done been through that shit before. He done this time after time after time again, bruh. To me, man, it just feel like Errol Spence way more battle tested, way more mentally tough way more mentally strong. I think Errol Spence is just, you gonna see how much more dominant Errol Spence is over Terence Crawford in that ring. I'm telling you, bro. It's so many aspects of the fights that gonna show that. And I just named them off. You gonna see it on the inside when they gonna get on the inside. Terence Crawford not gonna have no choice. And on top of that, even if he did have a choice, he's gonna be willing to fight, which is gonna land him in more trouble. Shout out to the brother Terrell Barnes in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, I hate that those pulling for Dud believe that Dud is the litmus test for Earl when it's totally the other way around. Oh, that's a big fact. Hold on, let me read what that brother just said again. He said, I hate that those pulling for Bud believe that he is the litmus test for Earl when it's totally the other way around. That's a fact. Errol Spence done already been tested. Errol Spence done already been through the fire. Terence Crawford the one that's getting tested. Terence Crawford the one that's going to have to make multiple adjustments in this fight. Terence Crawford the one that's chin is in question. That stamina is in question. Who resume is in question. Ain't no question about Errol Spence. The only question about Errol Spence is motherfuckers that's still living in 2020, 2019, talking about the car accident and shit. Motherfuckers still living in 2021, talking about the eye injury. They the only ones with questions. I don't got no questions about Errol Spence. I know what the fuck he gonna do. The question is, how does Terence Crawford combat that shit? That's the question. That's what we all here to see. I know what Errol Spence bringing to the table. Shout out to the brother Groundworks Entertainment in the building. What's good? Shout out to the OG Mr. Munt back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said, who wanna bet Tim Bradley done? Hold on. He said, who wanna bet Tim Bradley done called Bud and told him, hey, bruh, hey, bruh, you gotta hurt that dude and do it early. No slow start. I believe that, Mr. Munt. I guarantee you that Tim Bradley done called Terence Crawford and tried to get him all type of advice. He been doing that shit in interviews, trying to give Terence Crawford advice. That shit ain't gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work. Man, I'm going back to the original meetup in Oklahoma. When Earl told him, he said, he know what I'm going to do to him. You know what I'm going to do to you. When Terence Crawford said, don't try that body size shit. Look, he know what I'm going to do to him. He know what I'm going to do to him. Shout out to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV. He said, Tim Bradley worried about Bud getting robbed and shit. His whole tune done changed. Facts. Facts. Motherfuckers starting to realize that he can't beat Errol Spence on the cards. They know that Terence Crawford only got a puncher's chance. They know that. I've been telling y'all that, bruh. They know this man cannot win a decision versus Errol Spence. So now they trying to come up with excuses already. Just in case this shit do go to the cards, which is highly unlikely. Because of the styles. Because of the tendencies. If this fight do go the distance, number one, that's not a good thing for Terence Crawford. That's not a good sign. If the fight go to the cards, it's not a good sign. Because number one, that told me Terence Crawford, he took an ass whooping. But somehow he got out that bitch alive. I don't know how. But he got out that motherfucker alive. That's going to tell me he took an ass whooping. It's going to tell me he never landed that power shot that he was looking for. You feel what I'm saying? Those are not good signs for Terence Crawford. If it go 12, that's not good. And I just don't think it's likely that he knocks out Errol Spence. Like, what's really the chances of Terence Crawford knocking Errol Spence out, bro? What's the chances of that? Y'all got to think about the shit that y'all be saying. Think about the shit that y'all be saying. What's the chances of anybody at 147 stopping Errol Spence. What's really the chances of that? I'm not saying it's impossible, but what's really the chances? Out of everything that you seen from Errol Spence, what the fuck make you think, what showed you that he gonna get stopped? What showed you that? Shout out to my brother Byron Bradley in the building. What's good? Said facts. There would be no downloading, no slow starting. The pressure is relentless. And see, this the thing though. This what I think a lot of people, a lot of Terence Crawford fans is not taking into account. Is that Errol Spence knows how to conserve energy, but still apply unlimited pressure. Let that sink in. Errol Spence has a knack for being able to put mental and physical pressure on you without overexerting himself. You know how dangerous that is? Do you know how dangerous it is for a motherfucker to be able to come forward behind great fundamentals, put mental and physical pressure on you, slowly but surely breaking your ass down, and he's conserving energy and continues to up that punch rate as the fight go on, increasing your chances of having an accumulation of ass whooping build up and you get stopped. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he's gonna be the one that has to react to those things. He gonna have to react to everything Errol Spence do. He gonna have to react to everything Errol Spence do, whether it's a counter shot, whether it's him having to move out the way, whether it's him having to clinch, whether it's him having to, throw punches back. He's going to have to react to everything that Errol Spence do. Errol Spence will be the ring general. He will control the pace of the fight. He will be the ring general. How long you think Terence Crawford going to be able to keep that shit up? Before either it turns into an inside brawl or until he get his ass whooped just over the course of the fight. How long you think he can keep that shit up? Shout out to the brother Jermaine Harvey back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, go back and watch Boots fight against Villa. The switching, counter-punching, the angles, athleticism he displayed. Boots is what Bud fans think Bud is, but he not like that for real. That's a great point. That's a great point. Boots is what you would call a real switch hitter. It's fluid. You know what I'm saying? Seamless. The athleticism, the accuracy, how sharp and tight his punches is, how even at a younger age, I think Boots is more disciplined in the ring than a Terence Crawford. Yeah, Boots want to get his lick back, but I think Boots is more defensively responsive, more defensively responsible than Terence Crawford is right now. So yeah, I could definitely see Terence Crawford fans jumping on the Boots train after Earl whoop his ass, because Boots is gonna be everything that they thought Terence Crawford was. Shout out to the brother Win7 in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, my heart say 50-50 the truth and Bud, but Bud has been touched by way lesser talent and it didn't look good. Sometimes I can't see the truth. Spence Jr. being hurt. Jr. just got that pressure too. On me. Big facts. Big facts. Shout out to the brother, the Blackfoot, in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, this fight is a lot closer than y'all making it seem. I had EJ years ago, but now Bud has time to build his body to a full 147 pounds. Look, don't get it fucked up. It's a great fight. Don't lose sight of the title of the live. This fight is perfect because of the competitive nature of it. Because of both guys being undefeated in their prime. highly respected, well accomplished, highly decorated. I mean, this fight is perfect. It got everything. Everything you want. You want skill, they got that. You want power, they got that. You want competitive spirit, they got that. You want that dog, they got that. You know what I'm saying? They got that. You feel me? You want the glory and the legacy is for Undisputed. All the belts on the line is there. Bragging rights is there. The money is there. This fight is perfect, bro. So it's definitely gonna be a great fight. But I'm just saying, bro, don't be surprised. Just don't be surprised if this shit really a one-sided ass whooping like Earl say, bro. I really get that feeling, dog. I'm feeling like when Earl fought Kell Brook. I ain't gonna lie. But he way better now. Way better, way stronger. And in a way better mental space. And I'm happy that this fight is in Vegas because it's going to give Errol Spence that road dog type of vibe that he ain't felt in a while because he been fighting at the crib for the last few fights. Bro, I really just think Earl finna step on that boy. It's just something about this matchup, bro. I think Earl finna step on that boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really think Earl finna step on that boy. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I just see too many holes in Terence Crawford game, bro. I see too many holes. I see too many holes, and if he can't land that shot that get Errol Spence respect, that either knock Earl out, hurt him, or make him scared to come forward and shit, bro, it's no way he winning this fight. It's just no way. It's no way, bro. It's no way. It's so many advantages that Terence Crawford used to have in other fights that he not gonna have in this fight. The disparity in reach advantage that he have on most of these other guys, he not gonna have that on Errol Spence. The size advantage that he's been having on most of the guys that he's been fighting at welterweight, he not gonna have that versus Errol Spence. When he turned it up to another level, now he finally fighting somebody who can turn it up to that level too. When Errol Spence fought Sean Porter, which was a unification match, totally different than when Terence Crawford fought him. But when he did, when he turned it up, Sean tried to turn it up. Earl done been in them situations where a motherfucker trying to give something back to him when he go to that elite level, a motherfucker coming back with something. Terence Crawford ain't never been in that situation before. When he fought Kell Brook, when Kell Brook was still in his prime, undefeated at 147 and a champion, when Earl turned it up, Kell was trying to turn that shit up too. You seen Earl have to raise levels more than just when Terence Crawford say, okay, fuck it, I'm finna whoop your ass. I'm finna go to that next level now. And now, motherfucker, you can't fuck with me. But Earl done already been there. Terence Crawford never been in a situation where he turned it up and the motherfucker turned it up too. He never experienced that shit before. This is gonna be one of those situations where the impossible happened where you didn't think it could happen. And I'm talking to Terence Crawford fans. Where you don't believe that he can get his ass whooped. Like these Terence Crawford fans really don't believe that he can get his ass whooped. The man finna get his ass whooped, bruh. They don't believe he can get outskilled and outwilled. That shit finna happen on July 29th. I'm even more confident now than I was 5 years ago, bruh. Because I done been able to see all this shit play out. I done seen Earl go through the fire. I done seen the level of competition that he fought, and at the time that he fought him is different. I done seen the fact that this man say, I don't want no tune up. He's consistently fighting at a high level. He ain't never taking no steps back or fighting no motherfuckers that's not supposed to be in the ring with him. Errol Spence not taking those not fighting to the level of his competition. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting in there with no damn Avenesian. That shit ain't happening. Shout out to the brother Skills from New Orleans back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, cheat code can be revealed, Bud only switch hits when in trouble or met with adversity. Boots does it just to continue to punish you. Big facts. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford, it's just going to be very interesting to see. Is he going to start the fight off orthodox? Is he going to start it off southpaw? When he does make that switch and it doesn't have the effect that it normally has on guys, what is Terence Crawford going to do? Because I'm telling y'all, bro, that switching shit, bro, that shit ain't finna be nothing that's gonna alter or throw off anything Errol Spence doing, bro. That switching shit ain't finna be about shit, bro. That motherfucker better pick a stance and stay in it. He better pick a stance and commit to it. Cause that switching shit ain't gonna be about nothing, bro. That shit gonna be like for Errol Spence watching a magician do a magic trick that you done seen a million times. Oh, okay, yeah, I seen that one. Oh, you done did the quarter thing behind my ear down. Man, I seen that when I was in the 5th grade. I seen that when I was in elementary school. That shit ain't gonna be about nothing, bro. It's gonna be like an old magic trick that motherfucker done seen 1,000 times, bro. Earl gonna be like, okay, what else you got? What, he gonna switch back to orthodox after that jab start popping him in his eye? Come on, bro. We know how it go with Terence Crawford. When shit ain't going his way, he gonna switch. And then what happens after you continue to get your ass whooped after you done made that switch? Shout out to the brother D Lucky back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, Spence hasn't been hurt, right? So that's a lack of experience. So imagine the best finisher in the game hurting him for the first time. That's a lot to deal with, knowing he hasn't experienced that before. Earl has definitely been buzzed before in the Larte fight. That's the only fight I ever seen Errol Spence like buzzed or stunned, in the Larte fight. Now, going to your point, D Lucky, Earl has already been through the fire. He done experienced all that before. He done been through the fire before, bro. The dude got a chin, man. However you want to slice it, he got a great fucking chin. He done been through the fire. He done been through the fire already. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do agree that Terence Crawford is arguably the best finisher in the sport when he do get you hurt. But he got to get him hurt first. He got to get him hurt first. He got to hurt him first. He said some fires are bigger. Boy, I sure wish, look, the way y'all believe, the way D Lucky believe in Terence Crawford, I wish everybody had that same type of belief in theyself. That's the type of belief you got. The way D Lucky believe in Terence Crawford, that's the type of belief you got to have in yourself. I love that. I love that. My man says some fires are bigger. Shout out to the OG Mr. Munn back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, in my opinion, EJ's 1-2 is more potent against southpaws. I agree. In the Chris Van Heerden fight, hey man, that 1-2, I think I'm finna watch that fight again today. That 1-2, you heard what Derrick James said. He said, hey, keep throwing that jab. They gonna stop the fight. That 1-2 is a fool. Because the jab is going to get there on the southpaw. It's going to get there faster. And then you got the straight left coming behind it. I think we're going to see the 1-2 a lot. I think Errol Spence is working on being a little bit faster in this fight. Just based off of what I've been seeing, I think he's working on just presenting an all-around game. I wouldn't be surprised if, once Errol Spence kind of take away that mystique of power from Terence Crawford, because I think he's Terence Crawford coming in believing in that power. Once he tanked that shit away, and Terence Crawford realized that, okay, he ain't finna just go away off one shot. I really gotta like either put some shit together or I gotta like try to steamroll this motherfucker, because ain't no way like, or I just gotta box. Once Earl take away that mystique of power and he start being extremely dominant at mid-range and on the inside, I think we might see Earl style on Terence Crawford a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Show a little bit of hand speed. Throw a couple of combinations that we don't normally see him throw. You might see some different footwork. I think Earl gonna start styling on him. Shout out to the brother John Kramer in the building. Y'all remember the Lamont Peterson fight in the 7th round when Earl started styling on Lamont Peterson and shit, showing him a little bit of athleticism and footwork. You know what I'm saying? I think you're gonna see Earl styling on Bud a little bit. I think you're gonna see him style on him just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just to let him know, like, nah, you ain't here with a motherfucker that's different, Yeah, y'all thought I was just a kung fu fighter, a black Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thought I was just a kung fu fighter with pressure. Nah, I got boxing skills too. I think you're gonna see that a little bit. Once he get him where he want him. You know what I'm saying? Once he get him where he want him. Early on, it's gonna be straight business though. Walking him down, slowly but surely, behind the jab, making Crawford make mistakes, make him react to everything. The feints is going to be very important for Errol Spence. The feints, the jabs, because those two things right there is what's going to throw a counterpuncher off. If you got a great jab and you good at feints, that's going to throw a counterpuncher whole shit off, because the counterpuncher is looking to react. That's what they waiting on. They looking to react from everything. You know what I'm saying? They waiting on you to make a mistake, throw a punch that put you out of position, make you miss, and hit you with some shit where you can't defend yourself. So if Errol Spence, popping that jab consistently and then feign, give him a little shit here and there, mixing it up, give him a little pivot here and there, yeah, he gonna throw Terence Crawford whole shit off with that jab and feints. Just like how Ricky Burns did in the first round. Like, it's small shit that you can take from these other fights that Terence Crawford done had from fighters that wasn't able to sustain that game plan over a long period of time. Say, how many have succeeded with your plan against Bud? None of them have done that shit against Bud because they not Errol Spence. You feel me? But the jab and the feints is going to throw Terence Crawford whole shit off. He gonna be throwing punches when he don't really want to throw them. You feel me? He gonna have to move when he really don't want to move. He gonna be in a lot of situations where he's forced to do things that he don't necessarily want to do. Let me ask y'all this. See, look. Says Spence teeth and eyes falling out and you still think he gonna beat Terence Crawford. That's what I'm saying. That's what they banking on. They banking on Errol Spence mouthpiece falling out and the eye injury. It never fails with Terence Crawford fans. See, y'all hoping and wishing. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. Based off of the shit that we seen on a more consistent period of time. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Now, D-Luck can say it's a fact that his mouthpiece gonna fall out. All right. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask y'all this, though. Be honest. If you had to choose, who gonna control the pace of the fight? If you had to choose, who you think is going to be the ring general on July 29th, who you think is going to be? Be for real. Who you think is going to be the one that's controlling the pace of the fight? Let's be for real. Who you think going to be making the other fighter react? It's Errol Spence. It's Errol Spence. Errol Spence will be the one that makes Terence Crawford fight the fight that he wants to fight. And if y'all been around for any of my predictions and in-depth analysis, you know that's a key. That's a key factor to winning. If you can make your opponent fight the way that you want them to fight. If you can control the pace of the fight. Salute to the brother Terrell Barnes back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, I'm yet to see one fighter get in the ring with Errol that has the ability to change what Errol does despite what they bring to the fight. Facts. 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 D-Luck, if you say that Terence Crawford gonna control the pace with his lateral movement and combinations, if he getting the ring cut off, ain't no damn lateral movement. Now you say combinations? Combinations? You said Sean Porter did no. Errol Spence. Look, go back, hold on. Go back and watch the Sean Porter and Errol Spence fight. Before there was a punch thrown, did y'all hear what Lennox Lewis said? What did Lennox Lewis say before a punch was even thrown? Let me see if somebody was paying attention. Go back to the Sean Porter and Errol Spence fight. In the first round, before a punch was thrown, what did Lennox Lewis say? On the commentary. What did Lennox Lewis say? I mean, shit, if y'all saw the interviews before the fight, y'all know what Earl already said going into that fight. But what did Lennox Lewis say before a punch was thrown? The reason I'm asking what did Lennox Lewis say, because that's further confirmation of what Earl already said he was going to do going into that fight. He said, hold on. So what did he say? He said, I watched it multiple times. What Lennox Lewis said is irrelevant. He ain't EJ Coates. What did he say? I guess nobody was paying attention. There we go. Baby Bruiser. He said, Spence said he was going to beat Porter at his own game, at his own fight. He said it wasn't going to be no boxing. He going to come forward and fight him at his own fight before a punch was thrown. Errol Spence controlled the pace of that fight. Before a punch was even thrown, Lennox Lewis said, Errol Spence said he's going to go straight to Sean Porter and he's going to beat him at his own game. Shout out to my brother AR, the equalizer in the building. What's good? He said he going to beat him at his own game. Before a punch was even thrown. So how did EJ say that? Lennox Lewis knew that. But y'all saying that Sean Porter made him fight like that. When Errol Spence said that's what he was going to do from the get-go. So what you just said, you said what you said, whatever your name is. That debunked everything that you just said, talking about Sean made him fight like that when he already had that idea going into the fight. Shout out to the brother Gregory Hogan in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, Bud has terrible balance. Spence can take shots. Facts. John Turner said, contender, how can Earl beat Bud at his own game? In this case, see right here, that's why I love this fight so much for Errol Spence, because stylistically, ain't no reason to try to beat Terence Crawford at his own game, unless Terence Crawford's game is going in there and fighting. Unless that's gonna be his game. But that counter punching shit, you know, he can come forward and out counter the counter puncher just like he did versus Danny Garcia. But this gonna be just an ass whooping, bruh. It's gonna be an ass whooping. If Terence Crawford's game is to go in there and fight and brawl, if that's what he want, then Errol Spence gonna beat him at that shit. Said Earl knew he would have to fight Porter that way. But whether you think he knew he was gonna have to fight him that way, and you know what, D Lucky, I agree with you. I think in a rematch he probably could like box him and fight him differently. But going into that fight, I thought that was the best way to fight Shawn Porter, because you don't want to be off the back foot, letting him like muddy shit up, get on the inside, and you know smothering his shots and your shots, and it's just an ugly ass fight. I'd rather take it straight to him, beat him at his own game. That way the judge is not giving him them rounds just because he coming forward and wrestling with you and shit. You know, they see you coming forward behind your jab, throwing big ass body shots. That's what Earl did. And Errol Spence's defense was very underrated in that fight. His defense was very good in that fight. Shawn Porter did land some shit, but his defense was very good. Considering how he chose to fight that fight in a phone booth, his defense was very good in that fight. Shout out to the brother D Lucky, back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, what kind of coaching allows their fighters to fight another fighter style? He almost lost doing that. I mean, Derrick James can't get in the ring and fight for him. If Earl say that's what he wanted to do, that's what he wanted to do. That fight was more personal. That fight had a lot more. That fight right there, it was a little bit more, vitriol and some heated energy behind that. Shawn Porter, he felt some type of way about Errol Spence because Kenny Porter was giving Errol Spence all type of praise. Kenny Porter really wished Errol Spence was his son. You feel what I'm saying? And then Errol Spence, he like, shit, this dude been ducking me all this time. Now I finally get you in the ring. And it's for a unification match. We all know that Errol Spence wanted nothing more than to be undisputed. And it's his first time to unify titles. It was personal. That's why we saw the best Shawn Porter. Because he was defending the title. And on top of that, he had so much motivation to beat Errol Spence. And Errol Spence had motivation to beat him too. That fight was personal. So it wasn't nothing that Derrick James could have did to make Errol Spence not fight how he wanted to fight Shawn Porter, because he wanted the scratch. He wanted that smoke. He wanted that. He wanted that shit. Shout out to the OG Mr. Month, back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. He said Bud can do what he normally does, but he has to hurt EJ to stop him from doing what he normally do, which is score points while breaking you down. Facts. Contender, what if Bud pot shots, counters, and uses footwork to systematically break down Earl? Will you give Bud his credit? Hell yeah. I told y'all, if Terence Crawford can outbox Errol Spence and break him down and make him look like he don't belong in the ring, that would be super impressive. I would give Terence Crawford the utmost respect and credit for that. Absolutely. But tell me, can you honestly see that happening? Can you honestly see Errol Spence getting picked off from a distance and he don't know what the fuck to do? Can't cut the ring off. Can't get close to Terence Crawford. Don't know how to set up shots and combat the exchanges and be able to make Terence Crawford pay when he make a mistake. Can you really picture Errol Spence being in that position? Hell no. Hell no. It's more likely to me that Terence Crawford would hit Errol Spence with one shot that he don't see and stop him. That's more likely than Terence Crawford systematically breaking Errol Spence down. Errol Spence just too good of a fighter. He too skilled. You know what I'm saying? Too strong. Got too much dog. Too much willpower. Too much stamina. Too strong of a chin. Too battle tested. Too great of a coach in his corner. That shit not happening. Terence Crawford only got a puncher's chance. Terence Crawford only got a puncher's chance. Said Buzz gonna fight. He said Buzz gonna make Spence fight his fight then because Porter made D Lucky, bro. Y'all delusional, bro. You just agreed that Errol Spence went into that fight choosing to fight that fight. Now you saying Sean Porter made him do it. Come on, bro. Man, shout out to the OG Mr. Month back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, if you aren't here talking about Buzz lateral movement but completely ignoring EJ's ability to break distance, then you fooling yourself. Talk to him, OG. Talk to him. Said Bud is great but does have limitations. For real, for real. Yeah, it said Bud fans try to tell us that Avanesian was a good opponent. Yeah, he ranked in the top 10. Avanesian ranked in the top 10. He a top 10 welterweight. Come on, bruh. Delusion. Delusion. Do y'all know what Errol Spence would have did to Avanesian? Come on, bruh. Come on, man. Come on, man. Said like Ocampo. I don't think none of us ever hyped up Ocampo. And that was a mandatory. And Ocampo was undefeated. He was an undefeated mandatory. Terence Crawford fought a voluntary fight versus Avanesian, who had already been knocked out multiple times, who had 5 losses. Errol Spence ain't never voluntarily fought nobody as bad as Avanesian, bruh. That's the difference. Errol Spence ain't never voluntarily went after no bum like fucking Avanesian. Never. Never. If Errol Spence fought a dude that was as bad as Avanesian, it's because he had to. He ain't never went after nobody like that. Say you fight guys like David Amnesia in your 15th fight. Facts. Errol Spence ain't never had no voluntary title defense versus no C-level fighter. Never. Name me one fighter that's a C-level fighter that Errol Spence did a voluntary title defense. I'll wait. Name me one fighter that Errol Spence had a voluntary title defense that was a C-level fighter. Never. D Lucky say it was just a stay busy fight. Well, you know who Errol Spence fought for a stay busy fight? Danny fucking Garcia. That's the difference. That's the difference. Danny Garcia put Amnesia in a body bag. That's the difference. You said Ocampo is a C-level fighter. He was a mandatory. A mandatory. Do you know the difference between a mandatory and a voluntary title defense? A mandatory means this guy was mandated by the sanctioning body that you hold their belt of, and they make you fight him because it's mandated. A voluntary title defense means you searched and seeked this motherfucker out, and that's who you wanted to fight. That's the difference. That's the difference. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, they not the same. That's the difference. Terence Crawford seeked out. He could have fought Errol Spence, but he seeked out Avanesian. That's the difference. That's why Errol Spence, that's why I trust him more in this fight. I trust him more in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I trust him more in this fight. Because I've seen him consistently at the top level. I haven't seen him double back to fight no C-level guys. They saying Danny Garcia is a C-level fighter. Wow. Danny Garcia is better than 97%, 98% of the guys on Terence Crawford's resume. Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia, two guys that Terence Crawford never fought, is better than 98% of Terence Crawford's resume. Facts. That's a fact. That's a fact. You said, who did Danny beat at 147? Who the fuck did Terence Crawford beat? The same way that Terence Crawford getting clout off what he did at 140, you got to give Danny Garcia clout off what he did at 140. The clout that Terence Crawford got didn't come from nobody he beat at 147. Y'all think the reason that Terence Crawford getting this fight because of what he did at 47? No. Terence Crawford getting this fight because of what he did at 140. So if you gonna tell me Danny ain't beat nobody at 47, well then Terence Crawford ain't beat nobody at 47. Danny got a better resume than Terence Crawford at 140. So this just like Errol Spence beating Terence Crawford is just like him beating Danny Garcia. He beating a motherfucker who shined at 140. He beating a motherfucker that shined at 140. It's the same shit. He beating a motherfucker that shined, that got his shine on at 140. No, Terence Crawford don't have a better resume at 140. Lucas Matisse is better than anybody that Terence Crawford beat at 140. When Danny Garcia beat him, that version of Lucas Matisse is better than anybody on Terence Crawford's resume at 140, including Victor Postol. That version of Lucas Matisse. He beat Lucas Matisse when he was a monster. When he was synonymous with Marcos Maidana. Come on now. He said Crawford was unified at 147. Danny Garcia was unified at, no, you said Crawford was unified. He wasn't unified at 147, but I know you meant 140. Danny Garcia was unified at 140. And fought way better competition. Zab Judah. Amir Khan when Amir Khan was still Amir Khan. Lucas Matisse. Come on, bruh. Danny Garcia resume better than Terence Crawford at 140. Facts. Facts. Motherfuckers talking about Ndongo. Come on, bro. So, basically, Errol Spence finna beat up on another 140-pounder. That's what he finna do. Errol Spence finna beat up on another 140-pounder. This just like fighting Mikey Garcia. Because Mikey Garcia was a 4-division champion who has a resume better than anybody that Terence Crawford ever fought And he was a champion at 140, 135, 130, 126. Errol Spence is just like beating up on Mikey Garcia. Because Terence Crawford ain't done shit at 47. Mikey ain't done shit at 47. Danny ain't done shit at 47. So, Errol Spence clearly been in with the better competition. That's why I trust him more. And I seen him under the lights, you feel me, in more heated situations than I seen Terence Crawford. It's different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, my phone is about to die. You feel me? It's been lovely talking this boxing with y'all, man. Look, shout out to everybody that came through in the super chat and supported. I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the regular chat, just chopping it up. Make sure you hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't hit the like button already, if you came in late, go ahead and rewind this thing back. Hey, look, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Terence Crawford fans, the Bud Buddians, as delusional as y'all are. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real ones. You feel me? Everybody who know what the fuck really going on July 29th. Errol Spence stepping on shit. You feel me? I hope y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. Frank Martin finna get it on tonight in a title eliminator. You feel me? Alicia Baumgardner, she got her fight. You feel me? So I hope y'all have a great Saturday. Enjoy the fights, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.